All right, let's be real. Sometimes your brain just feels like a messy sandwich. There's too much going on, stuff slipping out the sides, and no napkins in sight. That's where therapy comes in.
And we're not just talking about screaming into the void or trauma dumping on your sandwich artist. We're talking actual therapy with someone who knows what they're doing. And lucky for you, BetterHelp, our paid partner for this episode, makes it easy to get started.
No waiting rooms, no weird therapy office smells, just a quick questionnaire, and boom. You're matched with a credentialed therapist in a couple days. And if it's not a vibe, switch it up faster than you can switch up your sandwich sauce.
So if your brain feels like a chaotic group chat, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/thinkfresh or hit the link in the description for 10% off your first month. Your future self will thank you.
The sweet, sweet, sweet onion sound of that intro jingle, Eric.
Breadheads. How are we fucking doing today? Ty,
I hope
blessed?
we're doing a lot better. I'm feeling blessed, and I hope the Breadheads earbuds feel a bit blessed to actually have some half-decent audio on this episode. Well, fingers crossed. We won't know yet. We blundered the last one.
We did blunder the last one, and that's because Ty and I had pints. And that nothing usually works out well when we drink. Ask any of my family members. But we're here, we're remote. Ty, you're in a park. Are you allowed to be day drinking in the park right now?
It's really funny that I can operate all sorts of heavy machinery or engine powered devices under the influence, but I cannot operate a microphone. 450 episodes in, and we still struggle to switch the toggle to the right setting.
Well, you know what? Stupid Yeti Corporation has these like cryptic little hieroglyphs to tell you how to use the mic, and those are the different modes, and we have to Google them every single time. Like there's just like no logic to them whatsoever. Like a simple arrow would be enough to tell you which direction the fucking audio should be coming from. Have they thought about putting an arrow?
Yeah, why do they need like hieroglyphics like this? It's absurd. And Eric, the weirdest part about it is the official Yeti guide available online doesn't even order the icons in the same order that they show up with on the device. So you also have to cross-reference them like it's some sort of ancient script we're trying to make sense of.
Yeah, dude, it's like in class where it's like, I can't afford issue 79 of the textbook. I only have 77. So everything's a different chapter, you know?
Yeah, and they took out some of the more sensitive words from the previous issue, you know? They're still you got the rare slurs.
I got the British cigarette edition.
Exactly. Yes, I am recording from a park today, Eric, which we often do, but I've actually planted my butt on a picnic table. I'm playground side, baby. Best seat in the house.
Careful what you say when you're playground side, Ty. You can end up on a certain list.
It's true. And I feel like I very well might be, because I've positioned myself to have a full panoramic view of this playground. I have two laptops and a mic in front of me, so it's very clear I'm up to something. If I was a parent, I'd be uneasy about me.
Yeah, dude. If I was a parent and I saw you, I would be thinking, this guy's for sure on the Fogel files.
Oh, for sure. But fortunately enough, there is nary a child in sight, Eric. I feel like I have this entire park space to myself.
Legally speaking, that won't hold up, unfortunately. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, officer, it's like, school's not in today. I thought I could speed in the school zone, but sometimes you can't do that, Ty. You gotta abide by the posted signs.
Well, if I set up a tent encampment here, as some do in parks, perhaps I can claim squatters' rights.
Yeah, what's going on with the carny camps, Ty? I thought we were eliminating those. We kind of brought them back. Not to get too political in this pod, but like, why do we have the homeless kind of staking claim of our downtown east side? What's going on with that?
Well, I just think that pop a squat law is so subjective, you know? You can pop a squat anywhere and claim, like, I think we need better legislation around what that even means, so that we can decide where it's cool and where it's not cool to set up camp, you know? Like, if we send all of the unhoused people to a provincial park with nice fire pits that are in like well-groomed sites, that's suddenly totally chill. But as soon as they do it like by a playground, everyone's got a problem.
Yeah. I like how you're in your like Jacob Jones mode right now. You're just like, how many of these Modelos can I destroy in this public park at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday?
Yeah, dude, you're one friend on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah. Reviewing 18 different cigarettes from Korea.
I did pick the picnic bench that was the most discreet. I'm like under an old pine tree where in a corner of the park that I suspect nobody has a reason to visit unless they want to address me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I assure you, if that happens, the mic will stay hot.
Mm-hmm. Ty, all that's missing from this equation right now is an ice cream cone. What are the chances that a ice cream truck is going to pull up to this little playground that you're hanging out at?
This time of year, Eric, 100%. You hear that jingle, like it's more triggering than the Think Fresh intro.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the fucking ice cream jingle can be really like pleasant and like uplifting, you know, if it catches you in a certain mindset. But oftentimes it just makes me think like someone's going to get murked. You know what I mean? This is kind of like a horror movie like soundtrack that's playing. It's like overly cheerful. It's almost like comical, and someone's going to get stabbed to death soon. It's kind of where my mind goes. Is that weird or?
No, there's something definitely like displeasing about it. A little bit like it shakes you up a little bit. I think it comes down to how much horn juice is left in the van. If you're getting around the end of the shift and that jingler is wheezing, you're gonna get like a raspy, slowed down, pitched one, and it's gonna have an eeriness to it. But I think if you get that van fresh out of the garage, I bet that's got a perfect pitch.
How do they load up that sound? Like, is it the alternator that's powering this thing? Or like, how do they produce that fucking thing? Is there just a speaker mounted to the roof and it's like some guy's like Bluetooth?
Yeah, I think it's like tapped into the neural link of the scooper, Eric. And if he becomes fatigued, the horn becomes fatigued.
Right. Once his wrist gets tired, his arthritic wrist, you know, because it's always an old guy. Like the new generation doesn't want to drive for work. They would have like a bicycle ice cream cart or something.
Dude,
that's the Gen Z version of that.
Not even that. Like nobody wants to scoop anymore. It's all pre-packaged sandwiches at this point. You know, like they're going to put a scoop in preset a scoop in a Ziploc bag and give you that. They're not going to do it by hand like the old days. Like these old guys got like caked up wrists. They're crazy looking girthy wrists on these old guys.
Absolutely, Ty. I've recently found some new appreciation for the ice cream shops in my area because they're like the average age of employment there is like 14. And like, I just feel like you enter this like really whimsical, nice environment where it's like some kid on like summer break is like scooping cones for some extra coin, you know what I mean? And they're doing a great job. They're putting their all into it. It's their first gig. And that joy is something that's missing from the ice cream truck. You know, like it's kind of like a creepy old guy every time. And I don't know if I want to get the SpongeBob cone from this guy that's like got the eyes melted into each other. And it's like, you know what I'm talking about? The tie fell off. Yeah. It's like real crusty looking. And I ain't talking crab.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's like an AI-generated popsicle cartoon. I think the problem here that you've uncovered, though, is the uncanny valley between you're not old enough to drive, but you're old enough to work, creates this middle ground, which is like you become the perfect candidate to scoop cones for cash. Cones for coin, as you said it. But the truck is you have to be like a senior scooper to like become a key holder.
Yeah, you gotta hold the car key. You know what I mean? You gotta you gotta oil that thing down, Playboy, every quarter because that engine's running. It's always idling too.
It comes with a lot more liability than just your typical scooper, and I think this is probably the challenge for a lot of businesses, Eric, because like the age of consent for working in a business is only getting younger or older. I'm not really sure. I think it's getting younger. I think like in Texas, they're trying to. I was Googling it earlier to see like what is the youngest possible person that could work at Subway, and they said it's capped at 14 due to international labor laws globally. So even in like areas with like questionable labor practices, like maybe like a Bangladesh or a Nicaragua, where there are Subway locations, it's still like international labor enforcement requires these companies to only hire at 14 and up.
Hmm. I mean, you're not wrong, Ty. I mean, as soon as you attach yourself to the Subway brand name and logo trademarks, you have to abide by the global labor laws, right? But if it's I don't know, Ramit's fucking sandwich corner down the street,
Meats.
damn it. Yeah, once you're getting the double Ramit, you don't need to worry about whether your son can work, who's 10 years old. He can seat guests just fine.
I think what happens though is you get these kind of like family business privileges when you're running a one shop franchise, and Nona is the chef and Papa is the
Accountant.
line cook. Yeah, the line and little Billy, 10-year-old Billy is running the host stand. I think there's almost like something cute about that type of child labor. Whereas,
very good point. We have a soft
it's like,
spot for child labor when it's in house, literally.
yeah, exactly. But like if Subway goes any younger, it's like, oh man, let him be a kid. Like, actually, I feel like Subway,
Mhm.
even if the international labor laws are 14, Subway should probably cap it at 17, no lower, just to like distance himself from any accident, any more child scandals.
I mean, why give them even an inch? Pardon the pun. I would say like 25. It's like
Right.
you can't. Let's not cut it close at all. Let's just make sure we're totally above the sneeze guard.
Right. Everything's above board here. If that's the case, dude, then Subway could very easily open up its own like army of sub cars, food trucks,
What?
because
Oh, I see.
theoretically all artists would be of driving age.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They
That
could
could be interesting.
they could give ice cream trucks a run for their money.
Mm-hmm. You know what
Hmm.
we're missing, Ty? And I think this might be why transit sucks across the world. Um, there's no dining car on Subway, literally. Like
Yeah.
every like long distance like train thing, like a high speed rail, or like the Orient Express, like some grand vacation that you take. There's always like a retro style dining car where you can like go and mingle with the other guests, have a dry martini, have some pickled gherkins or something.
Yeah.
You
You're
know
kind
what
of
I
like living some Wes Anderson fantasy on the in the dining car of the Oriental Express. I get it.
mean? Why doesn't the I don't know, the Millennium Line have that? It's like there could literally be a fast food grab and go style cafe situated right at the last car on that train.
Yeah, dude.
Thoughts?
I don't know why every like municipal transit service doesn't try to sell. There's no reason at this point in like these metropolitan centers like our humble Vancouver or even like the New York subway or the San Francisco BART, like you got like hundreds of thousands of people riding these systems daily, weekly, monthly. That's a lot of mouths that could be potentially fed anything you're feeding, but they're just like sleeping on this. Like there should be everywhere I go, there should be someone trying to put something in my mouth. And I think that's like peak capitalism. But there's so many places that are slept on where it's like mouths open, nothing's going in it right now. I'm at a park right now. There's not a single vendor.
Mm-hmm. Do the capitalist brain cannot comprehend how there's nowhere I can use Apple Pay at the park? It's crazy.
I just want to tap, but there's nowhere to put my phone.
Yeah. Wow. People will do anything to like leave the city just for some like solitude, but you're the opposite. You're just like, I need to be next to a square reader.
Mm-hmm. Well, dude, I have a strong stance that if I'm like, how much fun I'm having is directly correlated with how much money I am spending. And if the account is bleeding, I'm having the best day of my life.
If the account's bleeding and you're not thinking about it, then it's the best day of your life.
Yeah. If I'm wincing the whole time, then it's questionable. We'll see how I feel the next day.
It's like when you have that last shot at the bar. It's like, I'm having a great time, but I'm paying for this tomorrow.
Oh yeah, dude. The last shot is the one that always is like, you wake up the next morning and you feel like a bag of dog shit, and you think to yourself, yeah, that was the one that did it. This happened to me last weekend. I was at a wedding this weekend, and it's like midnight. I'm like, I gotta cut myself off here. And someone's like, yo, we should shotgun a beer. It's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So the midnight beer shotgun is what did me in last weekend.
I think that's important. I think it's important to be your worst self at people's weddings. Like, I think you owe it to the bride and groom to like remove all filter, remove all the inhibitions, just be like a degenerate. I think that's what they want you to do. That's why there's an open bar. Like, put a limit on it if you don't want me to like throw up on the bride's dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. It's the debauchery that makes the stories that we'll tell our grandchildren one day.
No one's going to remember. It's like, oh, Ty was so respectful at my wedding. No one's going to ever say that.
Everyone went home.
It won't happen.
Yeah, everyone went home early and had a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Boring. Who cares?
Boring. Yeah, Ty got into the show car and crashed into the lake at my wedding.
I think that history, Eric, is always the surprises, right? And that's what makes the story of life so exciting. The story of everything. Think about like why we made this podcast in the first place was because the history of Subway was so unexpected. There's so many weird things have happened through the course of just what should be a simple business. If this was Arby's, it wouldn't be a story. There wouldn't be a story here, you know?
This is why we're a great duo, because you believe that, and I just think sandwich good. So like I like to talk about them.
Right. You're like, there's so many meats. There's so many meats to discuss.
I like talking about cold cuts, and I need to do it on mic twice a week.
I only have one lifetime, and there's a lot of different handhelds to get through.
Yeah. Do you ever think about that, Ty? It's like eventually we're going to have our last sandwich.
Oh, that's so sad. We may have already had it because tomorrow isn't promised, Eric.
That's right. I haven't even had a sandwich this week, and I'm feeling it. I'm shaking, dude. I need to have a sandwich so I can put the demons to rest.
I need a sandwich so bad. I'm literally shaking. I don't know, man. I think, what would you want your last sandwich? Have we ever talked about this? Your last sandwich? I think we have. I think we talked about prison meals. But I think it's important, though, with every bite, sandwich or other, just to really appreciate that. And also, don't deny yourself a good meal. Like, I feel like this is a kind of a Bourdaisism in a way. If you're going to eat a meal, make it a good one, because it could be the last meal.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big proponent of like, if you have a bad meal, immediately go have a good meal after. Like you can fix it.
Right, hard pivot.
You know what I mean?
Free up a little stomach room. You know my
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know my wiggle trick, right? I'd use a little wiggle trick to make a little more room. If you stand up and you just like shake your hips back and forth really, really fast for a minute, it actually like, I find it pulls all the food in my bloated stomach down to my intestines and creates a little space on the top to fit a few more bites in.
Not even lying, Ty. I was watching My 400-Pound Life, and the woman said exactly that.
She did not. No, I have IP on this.
No, dude. Well, it was a variation. She's like, as soon as I feel full, I just sit up straight, have a deep breath, and I just keep eating. I'm like, you don't need to do that. Like maybe if you just stopped, you know, you wouldn't be on this TV show. But you obviously are, you know, nowhere near 400 pounds. So like, how do you do it, Ty? How do you manage to stuff your cranium with all this gluttony?
It's all about what you're stuffing, Eric. And you, as you know, they call me the Green Goblin because I be gobbling up them greens.
God damn it.
And I don't think your 400-pound mistress is having as much kale as I am, Eric.
Not a chance in hell. The only green thing she's having is a matcha donut.
Yeah, dude. Put this new wave of putting matcha in junk food is probably awesome for the like the pseudo health core.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, the way that matcha has such a death grip on like Japanese culture, like in Kyoto, there's like a billion fucking soft serve places that just have a green cone outside, and you're just like, yep, I know exactly what I'm getting there.
Yeah, I feel like they are kind of the early adopters of matcha, which makes sense. Like they're all about the ceremonial grade green tea as well, right? And
Hmm.
don't get me started on what what else do they put green tea in? There's other stuff too. I think there's like a whole medicinal side of it too. So matcha just makes sense.
Hmm.
But it's interesting that now we're getting the green wave hitting North America. The green wave is
Yeah,
viral.
it's incredibly hard to ignore. Like we've obviously all noticed it, but it's just like relentless. Like I just get more and more matcha content on my feed, and it's such a weird thing. It's like I don't even like I don't engage with it. It's just like more and more of it just shows up, and like I'll be out in the street, and now that it's like I'm biased, like I'm looking for it, I will see it more often. I just see like
Hmm.
everyone's carrying an iced matcha latte with some kind of cold foam. You know, like what's going on with that?
I don't know, dude. I think everyone's just trying to feel something. But I do think it's peaking because I'm starting to have like the parents, the grandparents, they're starting to talk about it. They want to try it too. We've now, it's now been dispersed amongst the general populace. And I think the wave will pass by the winter. And then we'll only ever see matcha again in rare green themed situations. Like maybe McDonald's will do matcha fries with their shamrock shake at St. Patty's Day.
Let's
Or
go.
maybe we'll get a St. Patty's Guinness matcha collab.
Man, shout out to McDonald's for never wavering on the green shamrock shake. They were like, we're not making it matcha, it's mint. They know that mint is the original green flavor, and they're not going to switch up on us like that. I respect it.
I also love that to McDonald's, eating something green is a novelty that should only be done once a year in the form of a milkshake.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't ask about the lettuce, okay? We don't want to talk
Yeah,
about the lettuce. I'm going
no.
to refuse to comment on that.
I don't call it lettuce. I call it crunch. Could I get extra crunch in my Big Mac?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Some crunchy grass.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
That's
So
good
good.
stuff, dude.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, what else is happening around here? Did you what? Anything in the news? Anything happening that we need to know
Oh,
about
man.
here?
Well, it's far too late to ask me that question, Ty. But
Yeah, I know.
if we want
Did
to take
you
a quick look at the old
did
Reddit, I don't have anything useful on Reddit. It's just stuff I like.
just like how to fix your bicycle?
Oh, dude, did you see the fucking benches they added to the Granville Bridge?
Oh yeah, I did. Lame as
What the
hell.
fuck is going on with that? It looks
Yeah,
like
so
such a hazard.
they built a bridge for cars to go over, and then they put like a park bench in the middle of it for cars to run into. And any silly, you have to be a pretty dumb pedestrian to think that's a good place, a good safe place to sit.
I know, it's insane. It's like smack dab in the middle of a bike lane, actually. So, okay,
Mm.
so the Granville Bridge, dude, is like a monstrosity of car infrastructure. It's like 17 lanes going from downtown Vancouver into the beautiful neighborhood of Granville, I guess. I don't know.
Fairview,
Granville
I don't
Island,
know,
Fairview.
the suburbs.
Um, yeah, and then Granville Island's where all the weird art trolls live underneath the bridge.
Yeah,
But
it's got the
anyways,
highest concentration of colored hair in Vancouver.
and tote bags. Um, so this bridge, they like took out lanes on each side. This is a car. We should do a car infrastructure podcast. I'm actually really passionate about this stuff.
Hmm.
Took out a few lanes, added bike lanes, and then in the middle of the bike lane, there's like a platform that's painted yellow, and there's a bench overlooking the water. And it just looks like you would hit that straight on with your bike if you're not paying attention, and like do a flip and like injure whoever's sitting there.
Oh, a bike, or even like just like a white van, like a dude operating like a industrial vehicle who's drinking and driving after a shift is going to clip every single
Oh,
pedestrian just trying to
100%.
catch a rest on that. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, car people love our bike lanes so much that they love to drive them as well. I don't know if you noticed that in this
Oh,
city.
for sure.
There's so many cars in the bike lane that I can see people like going the wrong way down this highway and just murdering a
No,
family
this
of
is
four.
not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
No.
Call me old fashioned, but I think bridges made for vehicles should stay for the vehicles. Make a new bridge for the cyclists.
I like that.
I think there's I don't know if it's a Canadian or a North American thing where they just don't want to build any more bridges. There's no interest in
Hmm.
building net new bridges. They'll replace a couple, they'll improve a
Hmm.
couple, but they don't want to build anymore. In Europe, they're building bridges all the time. Everywhere I look, there's a new pedestrian bridge, a new cycling bridge. They'll make a bridge that's just for e-scooters, a bridge that's
Hmm.
just for trains, a
Hmm.
bridge that's just
Totally.
for wheelchairs.
Yeah, a bridge just for bridge enthusiasts.
Dude, the bridge enthusiasm over there is world class.
It is. And I just don't know if we have the budget here. That's what they say. I don't know. I think our corrupt government is taking a bigger slice than they should.
Right. I'm
But
sure there's plenty of bridge money to go around.
if you make enough bridges, Ty, then we can just delete all the water, which is pretty cool.
That's the long term, I think, vision of most bridge builders is to cover the water completely.
And you just have like a deep cave where you can swim in. It would be pretty cool.
Dude, I talked to a bridge engineer at a party once, and I was asking him questions about his job because it's like, whoa, cool. There's not that many bridges. So, tell me about some of the bigger ones you worked on, assuming that there's a couple around the city. And he said,
Hmm.
oh, no,
He's
we
like, no,
don't. Yeah,
I
we
worked
don't
at
touch the
Bridges, the
big ones.
restaurant.
Nice. Well,
Sorry.
I never really thought about it, but when you're driving on a highway or a main road, you never notice how many little tiny creeks or rivers or streams the highway is paved over. Like it's literally covering all bodies of water. And highway governing bodies consider every moment you cross a body of water a bridge. So he's like, I work on those bridges. So he's working on 3-foot spans of water that a road is paving over. And he gets to be a
Hmm.
bridge engineer by doing that. I
That's
think
really
that's
cool.
bogus. I think it's stolen valor from the people that made the Golden Gate and these other iconic bridges. They're not even the same
Hmm.
job.
Well, how many iconic bridges do we even have in the world? Like, not every loser with one of those like metal rings that calls himself an engineer can design one of those. You know what I mean? That's like the
Yeah,
cream of the crop.
that's a good point. I guess we have the Golden Gate. We got the Lions Gate. We got that
Hmm.
really cool one in Portugal.
Hmm.
Maybe there's a few pretty long ones in Norway. Do the ones in the Miami Keys, Florida Keys, count as bridges if they lay flat on water?
I think so.
Those ones are pretty
Um,
cool.
what's that one where the tanker hit and then it like collapsed on itself? Did one of your engineer buddies build that one?
Probably. I actually think the most amount of bridges is found, and I'm just realizing this now based off my location. Playgrounds are filled with bridges. They're almost exclusively bridges. So I think that's
Hmm.
kind of a funny domain of bridge engineering to work
Hmm.
exclusively on
Yeah.
structure for play.
Dude, playgrounds can be reduced down to staircases, bridges, and off ramps.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. It's super simple.
Hmm.
Anything else
Did you
beyond
ever
that, like
like?
a net, a pole, a a monkey bar, those are all novelties to distract from the ups and the downs and the bridges.
Nice to haves.
Hmm.
Anytime I see a rope feature on a playground, I just think of like torn ACL. Like I just can't go near those. I just feel like my leg's gonna get caught in it. I'm gonna rip it in half.
Total death trap. I'd avoid it at all cost.
All adults should be avoiding touching the playground. You know what I mean? You can observe like you are doing right now, but
Mhm.
as soon as we get the police going down the slide, face first, like I don't know if that's a good look for anybody.
No, it's not. Avoid that at all costs. Never play. That's my rule. Never
Yeah,
play.
dude. Super gay to be playing.
Mhm. Nobody should, only children have grounds to play.
Yeah. Anyways, Ty, I'm done playing here. Let's
Mhm.
wrap it up.
Dude,
What
we're
do you say?
back to standing on business.
Sounds good. All right, dude. Talk to you later.
Ciao.